Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Friday, June 20. Taylor plays matchmaker for Nick and Brooke, tries to guard Ridge. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Friday, June 20, reveal that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, will mull over Nick Marone's, Jack Wagner, recent visit to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and most likely see a golden opportunity. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., obviously thinks Brooke needs to stay as far away from Nick as possible, but he denies that he's jealous. Taylor seems to have doubts about that, but she'll still hope that Nick could keep Brooke busy and stop her from pursuing Ridge. With that in mind, it looks like Taylor will give Brooke a nudge back in Nick's direction. B&B fans may see Taylor play matchmaker as she tries to push Brooke toward Nick and keep Ridge for herself. It's easy to imagine Taylor playing this up as Brooke's chance to move on with someone else who means so much to her. Taylor may remind Brooke that Ridge has moved on too and suggest Nick came into her life at exactly the right time. Of course, Brooke picked up on Ridge's reaction after he walked in on her with Nick. It's certainly given Brooke some hope that Ridge's jealousy might be an indicator that he wants her back deep down. Brooke may raise that possibility to Taylor on Friday's episode as well and kick off another round of conflict between them. Whatever the case, B&B spoilers say Brooke and Taylor will end up having a disagreement about Ridge as well as Nick. It sounds like Taylor's attempt to play Cupid will flop since Brooke will take Ridge's protectiveness as a sign that he still wants her. This is one instance where Brooke is right, since we know Ridge will pursue her all over again by the end of July. Until then, let's talk about Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, who rejected Steffy Forrester's, Jacqueline Misinswood, attempt to get her back to Los Angeles. Will Daphne change her mind or stand her ground on this delay return? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Daphne will have a lot to think about, so stay tuned for updates on any big news she might announce. Taylor is dealing with a lingering ache in her heart. Ridge has sworn his loyalty to her, yet when Nick Marone unexpectedly returns to Los Angeles and shares a spontaneous, meaningful kiss with Brooke, Taylor can't ignore the undercurrent of jealousy stirring within her. She's torn. She believes in her connection with Ridge, but she's also painfully aware that Ridge's focus keeps shifting. Conversations with Eric and Steffy have shown her that she isn't imagining it. Ridge retracts, pauses, hesitates, his attention drawn elsewhere. And Taylor, a psychiatrist trained to analyze emotional nuance, is seeing unsettling patterns. She holds firm, though, determined not to crack. She reminds herself, Ridge chose her. They were married with deep-rooted history, rooted in mutual respect and emotional honesty. But Nick's return isn't just a disturbance, it's a catalyst. Now that Brooke's walls have lowered, she's leaned on Nick and asked Katie for advice. Their rekindled spark suggests a looming challenge. So Taylor braces herself for an emotional clash, beginning with the fault lines she'll have with Brooke. She holds firm, though, determined not to crack. She reminds herself, Ridge chose her. They were married with deep-rooted history, rooted in mutual respect and emotional honesty. But Nick's return isn't just a disturbance, it's a catalyst. Now that Brooke's walls have lowered, she's leaned on Nick and asked Katie for advice. Their rekindled spark suggests a looming challenge. So Taylor braces herself for an emotional clash, beginning with the fault lines she'll have with Brooke. Beyond the personal axis, the creative world is ablaze. At Forrester Creations, Taylor's artistic ambitions and Brooke's star power are set to compete head-to-head. Brooke is scheduled to present a headline look in a major runway show. Taylor, by role or design, ends up backstage helping with final touches. It's not friction, it's a pressure cooker. When Brooke's spotlight moment arrives, Taylor, already wary of Brooke's proximity to Ridge, accidentally steps on Brooke's hem. A heated exchange follows. Brooke snaps a sharp retort. Taylor counters with something subtler, but more cutting. Though well-meaning assistants turned awkward, their shared tension erupts as they clash emotionally, Taylor accuses Brooke of weaving drama. Whenever Ridge falters, Brooke counters, saying Taylor thrives on being the righteous other woman. The stage manager intervenes, but the emotional cost hangs heavy. Taylor's anxiety intensifies, not only over Ridge, but her own identity. She must prove her place not only to Ridge, but in a world that may view her as the perennial rival. And she's tapping into her professional expertise, struggling to stay neutral when her own biases surge. As the day transitions to evening, Ridge invites Taylor to the Forrester penthouse, seeking solace, conversation, certainty. Taylor, sensitive and perceptive, notices he's hesitant as he walks in, furrowed brow, brief half-smile, his fingers gravitating toward his jacket pocket. She hears about Brooke's near kisses, Nick's surprises, and she hears Ridge's heart breaking between duty and desire. He reassures her he's committed, yet words fail to align with the tremor in his voice. Taylor senses that Ridge is more affected than he's letting on. Pressing gently, she asks, "Tell me what scares you more, hurting me, or losing a part of yourself to the past?" That vulnerability opens something. Ridge pauses, looks at her, truly sees her, and then does something unexpected. He reaches for Taylor's hand, but then withdraws. His silence speaks volumes. Taylor understands. He's uncertain, clutching at the present but haunted by what-ifs. Taylor retreats emotionally, tears glistening. She steps back. "I need to remember who I am beyond you," she whispers, walking toward the bedroom. Ridge follows, his face torn, caught between comforting her and hiding the truth. Like a seasoned therapist, Taylor reviews the patterns of the day. Alone in the penthouse, she reflects. Brooke leaning on Nick isn't a sign of Ridge leaving her, but it is an echo of Taylor's own past entanglements. Ridge's hesitation isn't a betrayal, but an unfinished emotional chapter. Taylor realized a painful truth. She's been equating emotional distance with emotional death. She scrutinizes her behavior, demanding reassurance, struggling with Ridge's silences. Even when he's being honest, she's seeing the set pieces in her head. Brooke laughing with Nick, Ridge's eyes drifting, Katie giving counsel. It's an emotional triangulation Taylor knows intimately, yet hates seeing in her own marriage. But she also recognizes that her training offers a solution: open communication, boundaries, and self-compassion. Taylor plans tonight's confrontation carefully. Yes, confront Ridge, but even more, confront her own fears. She won't let the past devour the present, but she can't ignore its pain either.